Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. We have a great show for you with some Frozen news from Epcot, Playmation announcement, Tangled's coming to TV, Tokyo Disney's Electrical Parade news, and this week's Infotainment is What to Do with Dad at Walt Disney World, and so much more.
If you didn't notice, Park Hopper John is back. We made an announcement earlier this week, about some changes to the Disney Parks Podcast. So we hope that you will stay a listener, and we want to welcome John back to the podcast. I'm sure he missed it.
Oh, you have no idea. And I wasn't gone because of Krista. I admit, it's my life. My life was just in such a place that I needed to take a leave of absence for a while, and it just, the timing worked out. So I'm so happy to be back. I've missed it. I love the show. I missed when I was listening to the episodes, but I'm very, very happy and excited to be back into the fold, so to speak.
Yeah, and we'll have a lot of fun, and we're going to do some of our crazy Disney Parks Podcast stuff as we normally do. We'll have our monthly meetups and all that stuff. Everything's going to stay the same. We're just bringing back our old friend John back into the fold so he can enjoy his fun.
Yes, literally. I've been back for just a couple days, and I think we've recorded, 435 episodes?
It feels that way. It feels like we've been doing marathon recording.
Dude, we just had I don't want to give too much away. We just had an incredible interview with a guy that you're going to love. His name is Greg Urbar. He's amazing. You might not know the name, but you certainly do know his work. And it was such a great interview. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So thank you for welcoming me back. Thank you guys for welcoming me back. And I look forward to the future with the Disney Parks Podcast.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
You ready to get into the news?
I'm ready. Bring it on.
All right. Well, it's my privilege and honor to bring you the first look at Frozen Ever After over at Epcot. Frozen Ever After is an adventure fit for the entire family that'll take guests through the kingdom of Arendelle. This fantastic Disney storytelling, combined with the technology and favorite moments and music from the film, will make guests feel like they have actually stepped into the magical world of Frozen. And if you haven't heard, Disney has taken out the beloved Maelstrom from the Norway Pavilion, and they are changing it over to this Frozen Ever After attraction. And in fact, they're actually building an entire area next door to Norway that's going to house some really special things. Some of the information that came out today is that guests will be transported to Winter in Summer celebration, where Queen Elsa embraces her magical powers and creates a Winter in Summer day for the entire kingdom. Guests will also visit Elsa's Ice Palace and the Ice Blue World of the North Mountain, along with other locations, before returning to the Bay of Arendelle. Of course, your favorite Frozen characters, including the new little snow geese from the animated short Frozen Fever, will be part of this new attraction, along with spectacular sights inspired by the film. The cool thing about this is if you're a fan of Maelstrom, the ride vehicles, the track that the ride would take through Maelstrom is staying the same, except all of the scenes are changing. So I think this is going to be really cool. The Norway Pavilion's exterior will be expanded with many unique Norwegian architectural features, and the interior design of the Royal Summer House will reflect the cultural arts and crafts of Norway, providing a charming setting for guests where they can, meet and greet Anna and Elsa. So what do you think about this, Tony?
Not a fan.
You're not?
Everybody knows that. I mean, we've talked about this on the podcast a gazillion times. I think they're kind of slapping this together. I mean, they're not really changing the ride vehicle. They're not changing the method or the attraction. They're just taking what Maelstrom was and slapping Frozen up on the walls. And
well, I'll tell you this. I'll give you some perspective. I first saw the news story in my Facebook timeline from Inside the Magic, and they were not referencing anything that Disney Parks had put up. Disney Parks blog. They were referencing a Wall Street Journal, I believe it was a Wall Street Journal article. And inside the article, they actually had the Imagineers who were in charge of the attraction described what was going to happen. And I don't know if you were at D23, the last one where you went into the ride room where you could actually sit and actually ride through the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Did you do that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have the same experience set up for the people from the press there to do that with this attraction, and they said it was just amazing. And they're utilizing some of the same animatronic techniques from the Seven Dwarfs style of animatronics, where they're projecting the faces against, they're projecting the face onto the animatronic face, so it actually looks more lifelike. And I think that it, from a purely enjoyable standpoint, I think it's going to be a great attraction. But the one piece of news out of that article that just really gets me is Tom Stagg said, we were planning on doing this even before the movie came out. We were so excited about it. And I just thought, well, for crying out loud, did you have to put it in Norway? I mean, did you have to take out Maelstrom? I mean, this could have been a great addition to the Fantasyland, the new Fantasyland expansion.
Exactly. Yeah.
This could have been, my theory has always been they should just take out Asia. Nothing against Asia. For all of you who are fans of Asia, please don't start writing hate mail. But hear me out. We've got this animal kingdom that's supposed to be, fantastic fantasy animals as well. And I know we're getting the land of what's that movie? That's a little film. Hang on. Avatar. Yeah. We could do the land of Arendelle, and we can transform the Yeti ride. We can get rid of Disco Yeti, and we can put Marshmallow, the big ice creature. We can put him inside of that mountain, and we could just transform Asia into Arendelle. And I think that just makes the most sense. And that way, Frozen would be in all 4 parks.
And there were other places in Epcot that could have done this. The Odyssey, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival Center building. There were a ton of places in Epcot where they could have put something without having to take down Maelstrom. So,
right.
So 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Will I go on it? Yes, I'm going to go and check it out just because I have to. That's the way I am.
You'll like it.
And,
you'll like it.
Hopefully this meet and greet, hopefully they'll kind of do it like the princesses in the Magic Kingdom. I don't want to take the magic away from anybody, but where there'll be multiple princesses in multiple rooms so that you don't have to wait 260 minutes to see one of these characters. Hopefully that'll happen too.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah. I think it's a great thing that they've brought it in. I still feel like they're cramming Frozen down our throats. Just a little bit, but hey, if the people want to see it, I think it's great that they have it. It breaks my heart a little bit that the new construction. I happened to be at Epcot when the walls went up, and I got really excited. And then I realized it was for Frozen. I thought we were actually getting another pavilion. I got so excited, and then my little heart got crushed. Yeah. I'm a little brokenhearted that they can't find a way to bring another country in. But we can expand Norway,
Right.
So, but that's just me.
Yep. Okay, so let's have a pop quiz.
Right.
Everybody knows Disneyland is celebrating their 60th, and they have a new parade out, Paint the Night. So let's see if you guys have all been paying attention on this new parade. John, have you seen video of this yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It's pretty spectacular, is it not?
It is. It's stunning.
It really is. So let's start with question number 1.
Okay.
Paint the Night is the brightest parade ever to light up Disneyland Park. How many sources of light are used in this after dark spectacular?
More than 6. 2.5 dozen.
You're correct.
Awesome.
A string of 100 lights from Walmart.
And if a bulb goes out, the whole parade
goes down. The correct answer is 1.5 million lights.
Holy cheese and crackers.
Yeah, and I think that's more than Main Street Electrical Parade.
God, dude, how can you count that high?
I don't know.
The thing is, they're all LED lights. That's probably the reason they're so bright, and they probably run on a 9-volt battery.
Yeah, probably. Mack the truck from Disney's Pixar car is the longest parade unit in Paint the Night. How long is Mack the truck?
I'll say 48 feet.
Ooh, very close. 54 feet.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know how long an actual tractor trailer is, but I think that's pretty close. I want to say it's in the 80 something, I think, for tractor trailers. Somebody can correct us. That'll be fun. All right, 2 more questions.
All right.
It wouldn't be a parade without a procession of princesses. Which leading ladies are featured in the Disney princess story?
Okay, so we know Anna and Elsa have to be there because everything frozen. I'm going to guess Rapunzel. How many more?
You're missing Belle, Rapunzel, and Cinderella is the correct answer. Actually, Anna and Elsa have their own whole parade float unit.
Oh, of course. Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Did you say Ariel? Not Ariel.
Belle, Rapunzel.
No. Okay.
Belle, Rapunzel, and Cinderella are the 3 leading ladies.
What about Aurora?
No, not included.
Okay, so in the park that has... just go with me on this.
I'm going with you. Go ahead.
In the park that has a castle called Sleeping Beauty Castle, still called Sleeping Beauty Castle, right?
Yep.
Aurora is Sleeping Beauty, right?
Yeah.
They don't feature Aurora in the parade.
She is in the parade, but she is not the 3 leading princesses of all the princesses when they're in their little... It's Belle, Rapunzel, and Cinderella, and then Aurora comes later.
Wow.
Yeah, along with like Anna, Elsa, and some other princesses. Yeah.
Some other princesses.
Yeah.
The B team.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last question. There are so many beloved characters in Paint the Night. Which Disney Pixar characters are featured in the grand finale of Paint the Night Parade? Now, you really have to guess correctly on this because, I mean, they have to be in this parade. They have to be in every parade. But go ahead. Who do you think it might be?
Mickey Mouse.
Very good.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably Minnie Mouse because she'll be with Mickey.
That's correct.
And it's Pixar, so I'm going to have to go with, Woody and Buzz. No?
So it's really like kind of like the Fab Five. They bring up the rear of this parade. It's Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald, and Minnie Mouse.
Okay.
Almost, same thing kind of with our fantasy of whatever that is. Fantasy of Flight, Fantasy of Night, Fantasy of whatever. What is our 3 o'clock parade?
Festival of Fantasy.
Yeah, I knew fantasy was in there somewhere.
No, nomenclature, buddy. Nomenclature. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 years, buddy. Nomenclature. Get it right.
Same thing in our parade, same thing in their parade. They bring up the rear. In my opinion, these are the characters that should be leading the parade, not bringing up the rear of the parade.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
These are the characters that, the bread and butter of the Disney brand.
The backbone of the brand.
Yeah. I mean, it all started with the mouse. Why is the mouse last?
Well, they do the same thing with the Festival of Fantasy. He comes in his big balloon and, and I think that they're pushing the Pixar stuff, which I think is great. Give John Ratzenberger some love, get a big, Mack the truck in there. But, I'm just glad that they're there. I'm still waiting for the Stitch parade. But that's just me. I'm not expecting Stitch anytime soon. But
you're gonna get a little Stitch later in this news story.
Yeah.
Later on. Yeah.
Excited about that.
Yeah.
So when I first read the story, I got really excited because I thought they were talking about claymation, that style of animation when we were all kids, the stop motion thing. But I misread it. So it's actually, there's a big announcement at Disney Consumer Products about Playmation, which is a groundbreaking system of toys and wearables that uses smart technology to inspire kids to be active and use their imaginations as they take the next step in this evolution of play. Innovation and creativity are the driving forces behind Disney, and their goal is to inspire children to unleash the power of their imaginations through the stories that Disney tells and the experiences that they create, said Leslie Ferraro, who is the president of Disney Consumer Products. And she goes on to say that with Playmation, we're taking the next step in that tradition, bringing the worlds of play, storytelling, and technology together in a very exciting way. Playmation, Marvel's Avengers, is the first in a series of systems in development around the Walt Disney Company franchises and will hit shelves this October. Star Wars and Disney Frozen systems are currently in development for 2016 and 2017, respectively, and each will use a range of technologies to create a system based on the different ways that kids play and experience their favorite stories and characters from each franchise. I think this is great to a certain degree. I think that as long as kids are being encouraged to use their imaginations and use technology, I think that's great. I don't think that, kids whose noses are down in iPads or tablets and they're not paying attention to anything else going on around them, I don't think that's really a wise move. But I think toys and wearables that utilize this smart technology, especially with, I'm thinking of the Star Wars stuff, the really cool things that they can do creatively with that. I remember just playing with action figures, and if my action figures could do things and make things happen on a screen or on some watch or something that I'm wearing, I would have lost my mind. So I think this is a pretty good thing overall. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if I saw pictures of it. I think there was a couple pictures of it out there. I think it's they're wearing like shields, or they're carrying swords or things like that, and they're interacting with other people, because it's almost like laser tag ish. If I'm gonna compare it to something,
right?
Where if I shoot at you and I hit your shield, it knows that I did that. So it's a laser tag-ish, but I think they're going to use some other technologies where something is in the room and it may display things that they can interact with then.
So it's a 2000s version of My Pal Mickey.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'm hoping they do lightsabers, because I want my lightsaber to interact with yours, so it could go and then make the crackling sound when they touch.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Again, I'm a big fan of using technology. I'm not a big fan of just that's all it is. Just because I see way too many kids nose down in tablets and not paying attention in the parks, no less. They're holding their parents' phones or their phones, and they're not paying attention to anything, and they're just playing a video game, and that just defeats the purpose for me. But I think this is really cool. I'll probably be owning some of this technology and playing with it because I'm a big nerd. So I think it's pretty cool. I would love to know what you guys think. So leave us a comment and let us know what you're most excited about and what you think about this Playmation stuff coming out.
Should be fun. Okay. Also coming to Disney Channel near you is Tangled. And Disney Channel has begun production on Tangled, an animated series for kids, tweens, and families based on Walt Disney's animated featured classic Tangled. And it will feature actually Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi will be reprising their roles as Rapunzel and Eugene, aka Flynn Rider. And the series will premiere in 2017 on Disney channels around the world. That's interesting. I didn't think this was a blockbuster movie like Frozen, but it's interesting that they're putting it on television.
Excited about it, actually. I loved Tangled. I love the Rapunzel character. It really resonated with me. I thought that she was a very strong character. She didn't necessarily need Flynn. She held her own with a frying pan, right? Who knew? But I think that it's really cool. The piece that I took out of this is they're actually bringing Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi in, because every time they do a movie and they bring it to TV, they bring in similar voice actors, but they've actually got the stars. I think that's awesome. I've seen a couple of the sample artwork pieces. I think it's going to be really cool. I love that world that they created. So it'll be really neat to see. And I think that Tangled would be great. I would have loved to see Brave come to TV. That would be cool.
Have you ever seen the 7D cartoon, the one about the 7 dwarfs?
I have.
I mean, that's got a laundry list of, famous not voice people, but famous actors in that.
Oh yeah. I'm not really a fan of it so much. It's just not my thing, but it's great. It's great. And it's popular. I love that they're doing that kind of thing. I love that the new Mickey Mouse cartoons that they're coming out with, the new animated shorts they're doing with the new styling. Mm-hmm. I love that that's being successful. I think that there's a resurgence in, the short form Disney animation, the things that they've done with the Clone Wars and the new Star Wars Rebels. I think that's fantastic. So I think that there's a renewed interest in the short form videos for the animation stuff. Anything that's animated, I'm usually a fan of. Disney animation, I'm a huge fan of, and I love Tangled. So this is a huge win to me. Yeah. So I'm pretty jacked about it.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
Oh, heck yeah. Just, I'll have to hide the frying pans because my wife gets really, park operacy gets a little crazy on a frying pan. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you've probably been to the Tangled bathrooms over in Fantasyland.
Yeah.
If anybody can explain to me why there's a frying pan in the bathroom, I have no idea. That seems like a very odd prop.
That's so wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. So, anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there.
Here's something that somebody could really help me with. And every time we go, I keep forgetting to ask my wife to run in and check. I know they have them in the men's room. Do they have them in the women's room?
I think they do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
I know.
Speaking of crazy, so how's that for a segue?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just read the news story, then I'll give you my impressions. The NBA experience is coming to Walt Disney World, and they're bringing it to Disney Springs. This expansive, one-of-a-kind destination will feature hands-on activities that put families and guests of all ages right in the middle of an NBA game. Guests will enjoy immersive NBA video productions and numerous interactive experiences, as well as a restaurant and a retail store. What did you think the first time you read the story, Tony?
I thought it was fake.
Did you really?
I thought there was no way that Disney would bring this stupid thing from Universal City Walk over to Disney Springs. I said, somebody's got to be pulling my leg. I said, if it failed over there, why are we bringing it over here?
Okay, so I'm not crazy because that's exactly what I thought. I think that it's great that they're doing the interactive stuff, the immersive video production, the interactive experiences. I don't get it. Now, maybe because I'm not a big NBA fan, I'm more of a football hockey guy, but I just, I said the exact same thing. This is not something that's succeeding really well over at Universal, in their City Walk, which it would make sense that it would be successful over there because, City Walk is, just an incredible area, and it's very diverse. And I'm not saying that Disney Springs or downtown Disney right now isn't diverse. I'm just saying that something like this, I've not seen done there that would be successful. But hey, you know what? Maybe the combination is right with the ESPN zone, with all the ESPN stuff that Disney has tied in. Maybe this could be more successful there. Who knows? So I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I just wasn't filled with excitement. I didn't want to rush to Disney Springs and go take the NBA experience because I have no liking to NBA. Yeah. Now, if you're an NBA fan out there and you're listening to this and you're like, you have strong opinions, I would love to hear them. Please know that I'm not trying to be offensive, and I don't think Tony is either. It's just not my thing, and I don't think it's going to be super successful. But I would love to be wrong because I want everything at Disney Springs to be successful. With the amount of money they're putting into it, I want it to be super successful so that place just grows and grows and just becomes more and more awesome. But I'm not into this.
Yeah, I'm not either. I could have done without. There's 105 things they could have done. And this was not on my list. when I was making a list of Disney Springs things, restaurants and retail places, this was not one of them.
Yeah, here's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put like a Trader Sam's over there and make it bigger?
Well, they are doing a Trader Sam's-ish place. The hangar. The hangar will have interactive things like Trader Sam's.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I will say this, though, too. So Trader Sam's is 51 or 52 people. the hangar is only going to be 100, so they're only doubling the size. And also there is not dining; it's going to be appetizer,
Right.
small plate things too. So it's just like Trader Sam's; it's just in a different place.
Yeah, it's going to top his bases.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so moving on to some Tokyo Disneyland news. Tokyo Disney Resort has confirmed which parade floats are being renewed for Disney's electrical parade called Dreamlights. Along with multiple refurbishments on existing floats, a brand new float themed to Disney's Tangled, it's like the podcast of Tangled, is making a debut. The renewed Dreamlights Parade starts July 9th, 2015 at Tokyo Disneyland. A friendly reminder that the parade is on hiatus starting July 6th until July 8th to prepare for the renewal of this popular nighttime classic. Here are the floats that are being renewed in this parade. The Knights, which is the opening section. The Blue Fairy, which is in the opening section. The Pirate Galleon, which is the Peter Pan float. The Showboat, which is a Small World section. Airship on the Small World section. Moon on the Small World section. Sun on the Small World section. I've seen this parade video, and I think this is the basis of what became Paint the Night for Disneyland. I think we stole this from them because they were doing it where the guests could have, the magic wand and hit their button and change the colors of the lights on the floats. And I think I think this is where we stole it from. I can't wait to see this video. I'd like to get out there someday. I really would.
Road trip
is right. All right, this, John, is right up your alley, this next Disneyland, Tokyo Disney news. So the Stitch monorail, I said it. The Stitch monorail is coming to Tokyo Disney Resort in June 2015. To celebrate the new Stitch Encounter at Tokyo Disney, opening in July 7th on 2015, one of the monorails is receiving a complete Stitch overlay. Scheduled to begin June 26th and will run until August 31st. In addition, the one-day passes for the resort line receives a summer festival theme, and guests can keep those tickets as souvenirs. Now, I saw pictures of this. They are doing not only the outside, but they are doing the inside of their monorail.
Wow.
So there are things in the monorail where they have like Stitch's head. It looks like his head is popping out. You got to go Google and find some pictures of this, John. You will. Wow. I know you're a Stitch fan.
I am.
Yeah, this will blow your mind.
Yeah, this is great. I love the fact that they love Stitch so much. They love Stitch in Disneyland Paris as well. And here's the thing, guys. Everybody, and this is completely off topic, and please forgive me for this. Everybody talks about how bad Stitch's Great Escape is. The answer is quite simply take that attraction out and put this Stitch Encounter in, because that. Okay, if you haven't seen it, Stitch Encounter is it's the same concept as Turtle Talk with Crush, except it's with Stitch. So, guests can come in and sit, and then Stitch comes in on a big video screen, and he's out in space on his spaceship, and you can talk to Stitch, and it's really cool, and it's a great experience. And I think that it would be a great replacement for the Great Escape ride, which is not so much a great ride. But I love that they're doing this theming to the monorails. Why are they doing that over there and not doing that over here?
I don't know. Well, for this attraction that's opening.
I understand, but we've gotten wraps on monorails. I remember the Avenger wrap, and we've gotten some other ones. I haven't seen any wrapped monorails lately.
Yeah, no.
But
they did wrap a bus for the Avengers, though.
That is true. They did wrap a bus.
Yeah. Well,
that's cool.
Well, we want to thank our friends over at TDR Explorer. You can go visit them at tdrexplorer.com, and I highly recommend that. If you want to know anything or everything that's happening at Tokyo Disneyland or Tokyo Disney Sea, Trisha, who I just recently met at our monorail, not a monorail, a 24-hour meetup, she is all-knowing of Tokyo Disney, so you should go check it out.
And now, the Disney Parks Podcast Infotainment segment.
To do in Walt Disney World for Dad, with Dad, to Dad, for Dad, I guess.
At Dad?
At Dad. So bring Dad with you because these are things for Dad to do. Want to start us off, John?
Absolutely. Don't get Dad a tie. Oh, wait, I have script notes. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. There's so many great things to do for dads that are around Walt Disney World, and we want to focus on a few of them here. One of the ones that I would love if I were a dad is the Wild Africa Trek. This African expedition experience is just right for Dad with an adventurous spirit, and there's no passport required. So this is over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, where you can explore the exotic African wildlife in their natural habitat, or as natural as it can be in Central Florida. And this is a privately guided 3-hour journey through the Animal Kingdom Savannah. The Wild Africa Trek also invites trekkers to a serene savannah overlook while enjoying African-inspired food and beverages. The Wild Africa Trek will set you back $189 to $249 per person, plus tax. And the prices really vary upon what season you're in. I don't know exactly what season we're in, so I don't know what the price is going to be for Father's Day. But the tour can be booked by calling 407 WDW Tour, and it is not included with a Disney Animal Kingdom admission. So you're going to have to get your passes and then go book the tour and have a great time. I think this is really cool for guys who really want to. I know that they do some really cool things where you get really close to the animals, and they do some walking over bridges, and that's kind of cool. I think this would be fun. Tony, is this something that you would like to do? I don't see you doing this, but was it something you'd be into?
It's not something I would be doing.
No?
No. No. I have no reason to go on a trek. I really don't. If it was in one of the vehicles, they were going to drive me out to the savannah and then serve me lunch, I'd be fine with that. But I'm not trekking through the Animal Kingdom. I know you have to empty your pockets and your things. And you have to wear the vest and you got to be tied to. I'm not. No, not for me.
Like slather you with honey and hold a couple of raw steaks and say, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Here your gator bait. Thanks, but no. All right, so next on the list is a guided fishing excursion. So whether you are a seasoned sportsman or an amateur angler, there's nothing more relaxing than fishing at sunrise on Bay Lake with spectacular views of the Magic Kingdom. Dads can reel in the fun with an unforgettable 2 or 4 hour catch and release fishing trip that includes a private guide and all the fishing supplies you need. You can book this by calling 407-939-2277. First of all, you have to release it because you do not want to eat anything that comes out of Bay Lake.
No.
I mean, it would just probably glow in the dark or be toxic, and you probably cut it open, it would just be boat oil.
Yeah.
You can't keep anything that comes out of Bay Lake.
Yeah. This wouldn't be so bad. I mean, the great thing about it for a Disney fan, it would be able to, ride around Bay Lake and,
right. Mm-hmm.
Get to see some views of the, the 2 resorts there. And then, you've got, the campgrounds off to the distance, and that'd be really neat. If you weren't really a Disney fan, it'd be, you're stuck in Disney. I love that it's catch and release, 2 or 4 hour fishing experience. I've been salt flats fishing. I've been, fishing off the coast. Lake fishing is great. I don't know if this would be something that I would be interested in. Tony, you might be. Are you a fishing guy? You like to go fishing?
Yeah, I used to go fishing a lot as a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah, there used to be a lake in the town I lived in Jersey. We used to go fishing there a lot as kids. I used to have, a little fishing wheel.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be fun to try. Yeah. Hey, another great idea for your dad, something to celebrate Father's Day with, is take him to the Art of Shaving, which is a new boutique at Downtown Disney, which offers premium shaving supplies plus hair and body grooming products, which are ideal for dads. There's razors, shaving brushes, pre-shave oils, and creams for a barbershop-like shave. Dads can get expert shaving advice on products and techniques, or you can even make an appointment for a luxurious grooming experience at the barber spa. I got to tell you, brother, this is something that I would love to do. I've always wanted to have a real barbershop style shave.
Oh, you've never had one like with a straight edge?
Yeah, no, I'd be freaking out the whole time, and I would love to have this done once.
I've had it done a couple times, and I will tell you, you get a little nervous when they get around your jugular with that straight edge. You're like, don't cough, don't sneeze, don't breathe too. Because once slipping, you're dead. But it is, I'm telling you, there is nothing like a straight edge shave. I mean, you are smooth as a baby's bottom. Yeah.
I love the, I don't do it as much. I don't spoil myself as much as I did once when I was younger. But I used to do, and I still have it. I still have the shave brush and the little cup that you put the soap in, and you lather it up and then you put it on the brush. And I'll tell you, it's a different experience. There was a time when shaving was yes, it's still just something that you have to do, to be presentable. But there was a time when it really truly was an art form, and I'm really grateful that this art of shaving has opened up in downtown Disney, because I think that there's a great possibility of bringing that back to where it's an experience that's pleasurable. And I think so many times everything that guys do is usually just very utilitarian. Just, I'm going to shave, I'm getting ready for work, I'm going to slap the deodorant on, hit myself with maybe some cologne, maybe. You just head out the door. I think this could be something that if you wanted to book your dad for a very special shaving experience, that would be something that if it were a guy like me, I'd be talking about that forever. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so next, spas are not just for mom.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, to soothe and unwind after a day in the theme parks, treat Dad to a spa time. Spa. With 2 full-service Senses spas at Walt Disney World Resort, Dad can rejuvenate and recharge with a variety of treatments, including sports massage, reflexology, custom firm, or a Swedish massage. And you can do this all by calling 407-939-7727. John, you've done spa, but you said you did them on the Disney cruise?
Yeah. They have Senses spas on the Disney Cruise Line, and we have done that. And Sarah and I have gone to some massage. We've gotten Sarah likes the really hard, Swedish, I'm going to break you in half. And I do more of the sports thing that just where you're just kind of rubbing out some knots and just kind of relaxing the shoulders. And it's great. I'll tell you, you after a long day of being in the parks, or just a long day, or even at the beginning of a day, or, you do 18 holes and come off and you're a little tired, hitting the spa and getting a whole massage experience is not a bad gift. They're pretty nice. You should definitely do it, Tony. I don't know if you just got this. Yeah, I don't know if you just don't like people touching on you or whatever, but it's not like it used to be when I was growing up. It's totally different now.
All right, so I'm trying to think. All right, so one is over at the Grand Floridian. Where's the second Senses spa?
If you had to ask me that, I would have been able to tell you.
Is it Yacht and Beach? No,
it's either at the Contemporary, or it's at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, maybe. Yes,
I think it's at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
I pulled that one out.
Yep. Right.
And if I'm not right, if you're out there listening, if I'm not right, please let me know. But be kind. I haven't been on the podcast in a while.
You've been in the parks, though.
I have, but I haven't necessarily been to the resorts and gotten a massage.
Kind of fun. All right.
Yeah, so I mentioned this earlier. An active dad is a happy dad, and while the family enjoys the theme parks, Dad can always hit one of the links of the 3 18-hole championship golf courses or 9-hole walking course available at Walt Disney World. There's even the Fantasia Gardens miniature golf with one course that resembles a traditional golf course, but it is built to miniature scale. This challenging course requires you to have skills because it has sand traps and bunkers and water hazards and sloping greens. You're just not going to be able to crush it off the tee. That's the one thing that you do need to know. It's not like a small golf course. It's like a small miniature golf course, but you still have to really be able to play. So I have played at Buena Vista Golf Club, and it's incredible. I'm a horrible golfer, but I will say, from a Disney fan standpoint, to be able to ride around and drive past, the resorts, and to drive past the tree villas. What's the names, Tony?
Treehouse Villas.
Thanks. The Treehouse Villas. To be able to see those, and you get to drive through some really cool places, and you're basically driving around Saratoga Springs, a little bit around Old Key West. You go by the villas, and it's really cool. It's a great course. Plus you've got Magnolia and Palm over by Magic Kingdom, and they're incredible. They're championship golf courses. PGA plays there. Plus the two miniature golf, Winter Summerland and Fantasia Gardens. You can't go wrong with that. But I think, but Fantasia Gardens is a lot of fun if you're into miniature golf, because it's based off the Fantasia movie. So sometimes you'll putt a ball, and certain things will happen that are very similar to things that happened in the movie. And of course, my favorite was the night on Bald Mountain Hole, because I'm a big Chernobog fan. So yeah, definitely take Dad out to golf. Tony, do you golf? Do you miniature golf? Do you putt?
I do putt, and I did get I think it was the last time I was there, maybe it was probably almost a year ago. I did get the best score of the day at Fantasia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you, and forgive me because I haven't been here for a while, but have you guys done a meetup over at the Fantasia Gardens?
We did a meetup at Winter Summerland.
Right?
Yeah. We didn't have a huge turnout, but, we still had a little fun.
Yeah. I think we should definitely do that again.
Yeah. It's something good to do during the winter, not during the summer. You don't want to be up there sweating your kahunas off.
Correct. If you have kahunas.
Yeah. In the middle of August.
Yeah.
And, wear sunscreen, because I did go out there one time during the summer and got terribly burned on my head, arms, shoulder, face. Because
Tony, you've lived here long enough to know you should wear a hat and sunscreen. Yeah. We do live in Florida.
Yeah, I do, but I'm also an idiot, so.
No, you're not an idiot.
All right, so next thing you can do with Dad is treat him to maybe some dinner, some lunch, some breakfast, whatever it may be. There are hundreds of places to eat on property, from resorts to the parks to whatever. But you can do everything from fresh seasonal dishes at California Grill to first-rate oak-fired beef over at the Yachtsman Steakhouse, to a nostalgic meal at the 50s Prime Time, or at the Sci-Fi Diner. So sky's the limit. Take that out for a little meal. I think we did a long, long time ago some of our favorite places to eat. And definitely California Grill is one of mine. I like to go there just for cocktails, for drinks, for sushi, whatever it is. So, yeah.
And one of the things that we're putting together at WDW Park Hoppers is we're putting together a date night idea. And we've come up with some really cool ideas for different date nights. And so we could do the same thing with Dad. One of our favorite things to do is what we call a progressive dinner. So what we do is let's say it's very similar to like what we've done, what the podcast has done with a monorail crawl. But let's just say instead of doing that, you have cocktails at the lounge in the Polynesian, because, Dad needs a lapu lapu. Or maybe you want to start over at Meisner's Lounge and you have a cocktail, and then you would progress on to maybe the Wave, some light hors d'oeuvres, that kind of thing. Or maybe you want to go up to California Grill and get a sushi roll. And then maybe you want to go ahead and jump on the monorail and go over to the Polynesian and end your night at Kona. Or maybe you want to go crazy and do the whole luau experience. There's different variations that you could do. You could certainly do that at any of the theme parks. You could do that at any of the resorts. If you were a local or you had transportation, you wanted to start off in one resort, you could trek on over to another one. Or you could just do a really cool dinner and take Dad to one of the really fun places like go see Yeehaw Bob over at Port Orleans Riverside. So yeah, there's a lot of great ways that you can not only just have a great dinner at Disney, but you can make it even more fun. And I think if you're a dad out there that loved hanging with your kids or your spouse want to do something nice for Dad, I think that'd be kind of a cool idea too.
Yeah, definitely. All good stuff.
Yeah. So what dad doesn't love ESPN? I mean, come on. I mean, I love ESPN. I'm not really a big sports fan. But Dad doesn't have to miss watching his favorite team or the big playoff game while on vacation, because the ESPN Club at Disney's Boardwalk is the ultimate sports bar, featuring 100 big screen TVs, interactive games, dozens of different beers, plus nachos, fries, ESPN wings, and some incredible burgers, of which Tony and I had a couple not too long. Well, it was a while ago, I guess.
Yeah.
They have incredible burgers over there. The ESPN Club is awesome.
Yeah, very good over there. I know our friends Robin and Robin go there. They like the soup, and they make their own oyster crackers there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's one of Robin's favorite things. Miss Robin.
Robin.
Yep, she likes the oyster crackers. So.
That's awesome.
Yep. Okay, and then who doesn't like a good game of bowling? There's Splitsville Luxury Lanes at Downtown Disney, so you can take Dad out for a night or even during the day. They're open, I think, for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Too. Yep. Take them out for some good old-fashioned bowling in the retro vintage style at Downtown Disney. This trendy two-leveled place features 30 lanes, 15 upstairs, 15 downstairs, plus live entertainment, a balcony bar, and a variety of dining options. And they have, I think, some pretty good sushi there and some really good pizza there. I do like their pizza, and I do like their sushi. It's all hand-rolled sushi, and it is made fresh to order. So if you haven't been there for that, I would give it a try. I know they were doing some kind of DVC package. If you were a DVC member and you were staying, they included a dinner with the bowling. So check with your DVC member page.com and see if they're still offering that package.
Oh, yeah, I should definitely check that out. Plus, it has one of the other incredible Boom Boom rooms on Disney property.
Right. Yep, it does have a Boom Boom room. Yep.
Boom Boom room's good. And while you're at Downtown Disney, if you want to do something really special for Dad, you've had a great dinner, maybe you've had some cocktails, and you've done a little shopping. Maybe one of the great things that you can do for your dad is get him a Sosa family cigar. This fifth-generation premium cigar store showcases the art of hand-rolled cigars. An authentic, solid cedar humidor room keeps the stogies fresh for a primo smoking experience. You can treat Dad to over 80 brands of cigars, including Arturo Fuente, Padron, Emilio Cubano, Fuente Opus XE, and Sosa Family Cigars is located at the west side part of Downtown Disney. And they're still going to call it West Side when it shifts over to Disney Springs, right?
I don't think so. I think it's going to get a new name.
Right.
I think all of them are going to get a new name.
Now, the one thing I will caution you about, and as a cigar person, I do like cigars a whole bunch. I can't guarantee where you can smoke said cigars at Downtown Disney. It might want to be those. It might be one of those places where you get the cigar, give it to Dad, and then you guys have to find some place away from everybody before you can smoke it. Because not all of Downtown Disney is smoking friendly. But if you can get your hands on a Fuente Opus XE, I had one of those as my wedding gift. My best man and I had a couple of Fuentes, and they were outstanding. And this is a great little place too, even if you just want to duck in. And it's just like a family cigar store, but it just happens to be at Disney. So that's a great idea. If your dad's into cigars or pipes, they have some of that stuff there too. This is definitely a great place. There's so many awesome experiences that you can have. We've gone through this list, and there's so many great ideas. If you just dropped off at Downtown Disney and you did cocktails and dinner and walked around, one of the things that Tony and I like to do is they do a fork and screen, which is you can actually watch a movie while you have dinner. And that's a great thing, too. Yep. If your dad's into movies, that would be an outstanding gift. I would love that. I'm dropping hints to my lovely bride, Park Hopper Sid, right now.
And we should mention that we are doing something on Father's Day. We are going to the Four Seasons, and they are having a Father's Day barbecue. They're having a whole bunch of stuff. I think burgers, hot dogs, and some other things, and free Heineken beer. All for the low price of $29, which really kind of shocked all of us.
Yeah, very shocking.
Yeah, that it was so cheap. So we'll have to see. I am sure they won't disappoint. I've never been disappointed over there. So
No, and that's going to be a fun experience. So I think there's still places left. When I called the other day and made reservations, they still had some spots. So hopefully when this goes out and you hear it, you get a chance. But Park Hopper Sid and I are going to be going, and Tony will be there, and that's a great thing to do. And, we really didn't mention a lot about the Four Seasons because it's so new, but they've got that PG&B, Pool Bar and Grill, PB&G.
PB&G. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a great place you can go. That whole resort is just a lot of fun to walk around.
Yeah.
You can also find some tremendous, lounges, bars, and eating establishments over at the Hilton Bonnet Creek. There's a lot of cool things there too. And I'll just go ahead and throw this one out there. The Bee Resort is another great place. What's that? All American Q.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, the food there is ridiculous. It's so good. They've got, I can't remember what they call them. They call them pork straws or something.
No, candied bacon.
Candied bacon.
Yeah.
Yes, candied bacon. They had a name for it. It was candied bacon, but they had another name for it. It was insane.
Yeah, they got a wine and swine, I think, where they roast a whole pig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of interesting things over there.
So that's cool. So that's our list. We would love to know what you think would be a great idea for Father's Day at Walt Disney World.
All right. So thanks for listening, and we will see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees